At least it's fixed now. Look at that.
Screaming at the computer. Thanks for coming back. I was about to start it up without you, but
Yep.
yeah, let's get it rolling.
Let's kick it off. We've got a nice intimate one today. Obviously, it's always recorded, so we'll write up the announcement afterwards and then post it on YouTube for everyone to listen in. But stoked for everyone that's come along and then continue to support us on our town hall. Let's start off with: is Jake coming back up, or is he just sitting down in the crowd today? Oh, he wants to come up now. Here he is. Do you want to jump off like usual? Start with the let's talk about dev stuff because that's what a lot of people are here for. So let's start talking about that. How are we tracking with the front end getting strapped onto the back end now, and timelines for more involvement from the alpha testing?
Sounds like Jake. His mic's not working, but I'm a little filled in.
Yep.
I can say this that the dashboard should be coming live within the next day or so, next couple days to be available for the next stage of alpha testing. Oh, here's Jake. Looks like you can get him back on up here.
Yep. Just keep going. Oh, here we go.
Yeah, I'll just once his mic's working, does not seem like it, but yeah, so once the dashboard's up, we'll be able to start getting a bunch more people testing and start getting screenshots and videos of people talking about it, posting about it with the nice pretty front end all set up there.
Yeah, so while we haven't done a ton of the marketing for the alpha externally is because we're still strapping that front end on. So, but like Socrates said, it's a couple of days off, and then it's going to be a real big push. Get some YouTubers to film it actually happening.
Yeah, streamers, project owners.
Yep.
Like they said, the next few days it's gonna be sexy using Core now. So we're gonna have influencers, streamers, project owners come in and tweet about it, use it. So another push coming there, and then when it finally goes public, that's when takeoff happens.
But it has been exciting. I know exciting seeing our users actually use it and it work.
Yeah. There's been liquidations and people making some profits and stuff and buying for themselves actually from the collection. So it's definitely been cool to see and watch.
Yeah.
And definitely been some bugs that we've been able to find and fix, which is obviously the point of it all. So that's been cool too.
Yeah.
I know Ziggy has been doing his best to break it at every turn. So.
And a good thing we got him in there because he has found a few things that we've updated and made changes to. But yeah, it's exciting to see it actually up and running and in action.
Sorry, so it's just update from Jake. Although we'll just be doing the dashboard alpha for the next couple of days, we're looking to get the whole holder, beta looking to be going at the end of the week.
Awesome. So for those that aren't in the alpha, keep your eyes peeled because that sounds like it's going to be sooner rather than later that you'll be able to test out the dashboard.
Fuck yeah, that's so hype. The next week, all holders are going to be using Core. Let's go.
Yep.
Crazy to think it's coming so fast out of nowhere. It was a slow grind, but here it is before our eyes.
Yep.
Slowly, then super, super quickly,
So that's the dev update. Not too much more to say on that. Let's jump into the big one-of-one artist showcase we're doing. So I guess part of we focus so much on Core that we don't talk enough about our auction house and raffle house and the market share that we're potentially claiming from that. So why we're targeting the one-of-one art scene is that it's an untapped market that I guess the bigger marketplaces and bigger generative projects don't focus too much of their time on, which is sad because there are some incredible one-of-one artists in the industry that need their time to shine and need, I guess, exposure to different markets, and that's where we're coming in and offering that to other people. And the only real competitors in that space at the moment is really exchange art and form function. and again, they don't have that exposure to the generative collections like we do. So we're super excited for this first auction. I know we've done a lot of collaborations with Millimore in the past, but we do believe that she should be one of the top tier within this industry, and as well as a bunch of the other ones coming along after that. But I'd recommend having a look at the auctions and checking out Millimore's other work, because some of it goes for quite high value. I'm lucky enough to have a piece myself and call myself a collector, and it'd be a good opportunity to jump in as well.
Yep, this is her black hoodie collection. So she's already released a bunch of pieces from this collection that have gone from usually around 7 to 10 soul, sometimes a little more, sometimes a little less. There's 1 in talent, 2 in soul, and these are also the super rares from that black hoodie collection.
Yes.
Even if you don't want to buy them, just check it out.
Yeah.
And then each week we'll have a new artist coming in. So on Friday, Moy will exit the spotlight, and then we'll have 2 new artists, or sorry, a little alpha there, I guess. 1 new artist come on the next week on Monday, and that will repeat and continuously with the best artist around. So another fun thing happening there.
Yeah, so when you say 7 to 10 soul, that's, from my knowledge, that's more the base amount for her static images, but the motion ones normally go a little bit higher as well. So pretty stoked to see some of the animated pieces of hers on our marketplace. And to go along with that, we're gonna have some events. So we're gonna have Muimoy is from Thailand, so she requested that we do a chat AMA. She's not as comfortable as a native English speaker, but super nice and super welcoming, and can have a lot of insight and information to provide to those that are interested in the one-of-one space. So we got a chat AMA that'll be starting tomorrow. Just drop any question you have, and she'll come back and answer it. And then on top of that, I'm not sure if any of you participate in the Monster Hunt that ARC run for Mordak. So we're doing something similar, but with her pieces. So we're going to have some talent up for grabs, and we're also going to have a Millimoy piece for the more difficult Monster Hunt at the end that we'll provide to the winner. So either way, it's worthwhile having a look at her pieces, because there's the opportunity to get a Millimoy piece for free if you do a bit of research. As for that, I'm going to kick the core champion again, so give that another push. But it's been that's the faction event that we had last week to see who could make the most profits in a week paper trading, hypothetically. Obviously there are a few, I guess, sticking points on how we're going to judge this, considering there's no proof of volume to actually sell at a certain floor price. But I guess in the end, it's more just to have a bit of fun. I guess test out how you would go if you use the core protocol yourself, and a bit of education into risk management and the risk of using leverage within NFTs. So I highly recommend jumping in, giving that a try, and seeing who can come out with the best trading strategy. But I have seen some profits being taken already in the threads that have been set up. I haven't checked if I have hit an exit point for my strategy yet, but it's been interesting to see. And then we'll be able to probably even do a live version of that come in a couple of weeks once we start rolling out a few more collections. It'll be fun. We have actually...
And that actually...
Yeah, you go.
Oh, sorry, Sergio. Yeah, I was just going to say, you mentioning some more collections, that kind of rolls into a little bit of business dev stuff. Keep your eyes open this week. Going to be a bunch of announcements coming through. We're going to be getting some more partners locked down and announced out to you guys for batches and other ways that we have collaborations lined. Can't talk on all of those, but
Yep.
Batch partner stuff, we'll get that to you. We're going to have some votes out to let the community decide which ones you want when, and then also, give some of your own recommendations of collections you guys would like to see.
Yeah, awesome. And that sort of ties into a couple of different things that I had forgotten about, but it's good to bring up, is we've been discussing on ways for how we can build in, I guess, like point systems into the core dashboard, and have leaderboards and stuff like that to gamify the experience a little bit. And also, Ark's not here. I think he's actually in a VC at the moment setting up the next thing I want to talk about, but he figured out a way or negotiated to get a free 1 month trial for Soul Dakota, to be within our Discord and also connected to our Twitter account. So how Soul Dakota works is it's got a bunch of different functions. Couple of them are just for nice little community engagement, like daily mints and like volume trackers and stuff like that. But it also has built in an engage to earn aspect to it, where engaging with tweets, likes, retweets, comments gets a specific amount of points within the Discord, and then we can then reward those points with rewards from our treasury. So that's one way we're also going to start ramping up our marketing on the live launch is integrating this Soul Dakota, and then we've got that 1 month trial, see how well it works, and then decide to extend after that. So that's like for holders to be able to benefit from engagement. We're also looking into using Raven and maybe Alpha Pharaohs for a bit more of that organic engagement on the timeline to build that global reach coming into when we do the live launch. So that's sort of on top of the already existing improvements we've made by updating our marketing team and our, I guess, our marketing strategy. Did you guys have anything to add on top of that at all?
I think that's it for this one. Excited for what's coming this next week. Hopefully, like Jake said, we can have all the holders using core by the end of the week.
Yep.
Are there any questions anyone down the audience have anything you want to ask about specifically?
I could probably have a couple more things I could speak about, and then I'll stop so you don't have to have to listen to my voice all day. But one thing that we have sort of identified is that the faction councils are turning into an incredible funnel to, I guess, join the UGS team. So keep an eye out for that, and it's a good incentive to, I guess, get involved and volunteer your time, and then opportunities can arise. So, for example, we've had ARC's come on board, Sim come on board as well. He's just popped up to the team, and even more recently, Ziggy's come and jumped in, and just the extra, I guess, brain power and brainstorming and idea creation with these guys is I've already noticed an improvement on the community side as well, which I love, and I guess it's just incentive to maybe join these faction councils and be involved, because it opens up doors and opportunities to join the Web3 industry and then I guess make a career out of it potentially. So it's exciting that we've been able to use this, and we've had, I guess, active members and volunteers that have jumped on board to join these faction councils, and then in turn be able to help them help us on the team. So that's been really exciting, and I've loved that journey. Were you going to say something, Shafe? I noticed you unmuted there.
Yeah. No, I mean, one thing I did want to touch on that we don't do enough is kind of like how holder benefits are going to progress the next month, I guess you could say. So not just liquidated NFTs, which is my favorite. There'll be tons of ways for holders to win liquidated NFTs for lower than floor price, playing around with, giving these to individuals essentially. So not just whales are getting them, stuff like that. But also, Core is a protocol that's revenue generating, so fees will end up going back to the community, I guess you could say, in sort of forms of whatever we choose, engage to earn, gamified staking, these sort of things. So in that sense, it's what everyone wants from a project. It ticks all the boxes for me, right?
Yeah, so let's do you want to dive a bit deeper into that? Because that is some feedback we've got, is that we haven't been, I guess, pushing enough the holder benefits for holding obviously a UGS NFT, especially for those that don't plan to use core protocol, which we understand not everyone's like into leverage and wants to take on that risk, which is understandable, but they still want to get some benefit from the protocol itself. The reason why, and part of the reason why gamified staking is not till after core, it's partially because of dev resources and we want to get core out, but it's also that the prizes from the gamified staking are going to be sourced from the revenue we're generating from core. So it's a way to legally be able to use our revenue to reward you guys, but to make it legal, you have to act, or what we're coming up with a terminology for it now. It could be vote to earn, engage to earn, and along those lines, so that you guys still can see the benefits from core without having to use it. If that makes sense. We started with engage to earn as the terminology, but we're trying to maybe go away from that because it's got a stigma in this industry that engage to earn is almost like a raid to earn on Twitter, where this is not the case. It's actively engaging on our utilities to then earn from our core protocol. So we're going to start ramping up, I guess, how we explain this in a manner that doesn't create any securities risks, but is clear and concise, that would incentivize ownership of a UGS NFT. And then, so that's a holder benefit we want to really start pushing and talking more about. On top of that, we've had a lot of questions about the pools, lending pools, and how they will be integrated and how we can get the maximum liquidity into core for the, I guess, longevity of the protocol. So we've talked a little bit about it, but the large portion of it has been on the whale holders. So those that have 50 or more NFTs can set up a private lending pool that then allows them to get a split of the fees within core. Obviously, that's a certain level of gatekeeping that not only doesn't benefit singular holders or regular community members, but it also limits the amount of liquidity that's on the protocol. So we are also doing public pools, but these will be tied directly. You two jumping if I'm if I'm saying the wrong thing.
Yeah,
but
no, you're definitely a bit mistaken.
Okay.
The whales will be able to have the choice to do either a private or a public pool.
Yeah.
Within the public pool that they create, they can set their whale tax, and
Yep.
so within that whale tax, they'll obviously get a percentage within all the other liquidity that's been put into their pool.
Yeah.
So on top of that, though, I believe we're looking into a singular public pool as well. That would obviously have a smaller cut of the pie, but is available to all holders to use without sorts of fees and stuff. But we're still figuring out all the mechanics behind that, if it's even necessary. But yeah, people will all be able to have access to some sort of liquidity pool to get a portion of the fees from core, even if they don't have 50 NFTs to be a whale.
Yeah.
On top of that, a little alpha for you guys. We're also working out the number a little bit on that whale number being 50. It may be decreased a little bit. We're not sure exactly what to, but just keep your eyes open for that if you're getting close to that 50 number and want to get to whale status to open up a pool.
Yep. Obviously, we'll need to be we'll have to consult with the existing whales, just because that does affect them. But
yeah, and it wouldn't be much.
Yep.
And the tiers, the things that people already have established from 50 to 100 and 150, their benefits would stay just as, all those things would stay the same. But just allowing people access to, chats and other things like that.
Awesome. Yeah. So those are the two things that I did want to touch on that we haven't fully come out and publicly said. We're updating the Git books to to reflect this, but it's to do with the liquidity pools, and it's being open to everyone. But there will be benefits for the whales, definitely still to have their holdings set up and staked, and also the engage or vote to earn that we're still finalising now. Did
you think you've touched on anything? I know we said a lot now. Maybe people have questions after all of that.
Yep. Now, that's all I've got. Let me just go and check the chat. I am getting. I just checked my phone. I'm getting pinged like crazy for saying the wrong words. So
it's not serious. It's all good. But no, yeah. You guys will be getting a portion of the fees. Is the terminology.
Yeah. Yep. And that's why we've held off for so long. We're really trying to nut this out with legal, to try and make sure that everything's 100%. And why I guess we haven't spoken too much about it just for that risk, but just disregard any time I said the word revenue in there. Just because this is recorded, I thought I'd just state that. But we'll write this up and word it a bit nicer moving forward. Looks like there's nothing in the chats for any questions. So that's we've sort of hit our normal half-hour mark that we have for these town halls. So we might close that up. But thanks again, everyone, for coming along. And we're just going to keep on pushing, keep on building, and can't wait to see Core live and up and running for everyone, all holders, to be able to test it very soon.
Hell yeah. Check out Moi's art. Core beta for everyone, all holders soon. Let's get it.
Yep.